Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Rose. Hi! For anyone new here, hi and welcome. You are catching us in the middle of a series. Um, no third person. I am doing a book review, or my first time impression of reading the Crescent City series. And so if you have read the book, please tune in. I'd love to see if you guys have any, not spoilers per se, but maybe there's something that I'm missing that I've read past and it didn't click the way that it's supposed to click, you know. um, and if you have read it though, please no spoilers. Like, I want to experience this to the fullest my first time around all by myself. Now, I do have fan art and stuff that I've either looked up or it's come across my Instagram account, so I do know some things that are gonna happen, but for the most part I've just kind of saved those and went past them. Like, I didn't read anything. I didn't want to know anything because I knew it was a spoiler, so I didn't want to ruin anything. But to everyone else, hi, welcome back. Thank you again for joining us. For anyone new or first-time comers, if you're just now seeing this video and you like it, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button so this way here you can be notified of all of my future uploads, because we will be going through this whole series. So book 1, book 2, and book 3 to give you an overall experience of all 3 books. I have read ACOTAR and I've read Throne of Glass. Those were amazing. I loved both of them equally, and a lot of stuff lives rent-free up in this brain of mine. So if this is something that you're into, then please stay tuned, and without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so where did we stop? We stopped at chapter 30, 31. So this is 31 through chapter 38, because before you get to chapter 38, you are now in part 2, the canyon. So I didn't want to read further than that. I figured, like, the first time that I read chapters 1 through 5, or 1 through 6, it was 1 through 6, there was a page and a half or 7, and then it went into part 2. And I was like, really? Like, if I would have known that, I would have just read the last page and a half and done a review for part 1 as a whole. So kind of the same. I mean, it's 7 more chapters, but anyway, so we are in the thick of it. So I didn't take many notes this time around. It was a lot of, how do I say, well, where we left off was Bryce and Hunt are now living together. So we have that, besides for some of the sexual tension we get periodically from them with the whole bickering back and forth. She's definitely attracted to him. He's attracted to her, but it hasn't been portrayed yet on page, so not getting any kind of a mental picture. He's just kind of like a, I'm so much older than you, and you're so young and naive, and that's kind of where I'm getting to with Bryce and them. But anyway, so I did take some notes, but you know, it's just, just totally hit myself in the face. Let's do this again. It has been one of those kinds of Fridays. Anyway, so I do have a page, a small page of notes, and I kind of wrote these down as I was reading so that it would be just a little bit easier. to go back through everything. So, the one thing that the one thing that I wrote down was, after the whole run-in with Sandral at the I'm gonna just say that, like, the police station headquarters, with Bryce and Hunt, and Isaiah was there. Is it Isaiah? Yeah. Um, like, Bryce and Hunt didn't bow. She got very pissy, and I was just like, Sandra's a bitch. And pissed because H and B didn't bow? Really? Obviously, she's got some kind of an ego trip, or like your typical villain. She wants anyone that she thinks is low born to her to be low born to her. Like, she could just stomp all over them with probably her little pointy shoes. But anyway, so that was the first thing I wrote down. The other thing was, we're still searching for Luna's horn, and it had come up that maybe Hunt should go to the Oracle, and maybe the Oracle could help them in some way to find the horn. So the Oracle looks like a sphinx. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. But not a sphinx. I couldn't find any fan art. I don't believe I found it. I don't think I found any fan art. I think I definitely looked for it, and I could not find anybody that depicted what the Oracle looked like. But basically, she's surrounded or shrouded in mist and smoke, and you can get some depiction of her until she's like right smack in your face. But basically, the Oracle tells Hunt that he needs to stay away from Bryce, but we don't know why. That the horn is not broken, that it can open up doors to the other worlds, so she did confirm that. So that was like a what the fuck kind of moment. And she kept asking Hunt, do you want to know what Bryce's vision was? Do you want to know what her future holds? Like, and he's like, no, I really don't. Like, you can keep that to your... Isn't that kind of like confidential? Like, whoo-hoo, I know something about Bryce you don't know. You want to know? And I'm like, wow, like, what? So something is, I'm not going to say off by Bryce, but I think my first inkling of her, because it says that she has barely to no power, I want to say that for her, I feel that when she makes that drop and she comes into her immortality is when we are going to get, like, smacked in the face, mind blown with the power that she has. I think that there's definitely something within her that could be buried so deep or so hidden that it's not going to come based off of a basic test. So I think a lot of people that are in her circle or in her wheelhouse don't realize the depths of her power. So I'm still on that theory. I have not left that theory. I'm still, like, very, very hard on that theory. But B, that's what I've been calling Bryce in all of my notes. Bryce does say that the Oracle blinded herself. So when the Oracle saw whatever Bryce's future was, whenever she spoke to the smoke and she was granted this vision, she blinded herself. Like, she scratched her eyes out. And what I had, my theory with that was, like, why she blinded herself was, I was thinking, could Bryce be a Starborn? Like, Rune is Starborn, right? Like, he's the whole chosen one. Could Bryce also be a Starborn? But could Bryce's power, this starborn power, eclipse runes and be so bright and so powerful that that's what blinded the Oracle? And she was like trying to scratch away the vision of this bright, blinding light. Like, how fucking cool would that be? So, that's one of my theories. Don't know if I'm right there, but it's a theory. That it also shows that after he goes to the Oracle, they meet up with Rune and his group, right? His Ox. And they are at like a shooting range. And Bryce was her adopted parents, because she is or her adopted dad. Because the mom is her mom, but it's her stepdad. I do an adopted dad. Her stepdad taught her how to like shoot and handle guns and armory and all that stuff, so that because she's a girl, she's off on her own, but he wants to make sure that she's able to protect herself, right? So come to find out, because Bryce is half fae, she then has that amazing eyesight that they always seem to have, and really fucking great hearing. She's a fucking kick-ass baddie. Like, she's a sharpshooter, and basically she takes this gun, and everyone is like staring at her. This is the first time that Hunt has interacted or saw this part of her. He's heard stuff and maybe read some glimpses in her file, but has not seen it firsthand, okay? So I'm picturing her in whatever fucking she's wearing in the time, and I don't think it even tells you like what she's wearing, but I picture her in there. She's got on her safety goggles, and she's got this huge fucking, whether it's a semi-auto or a full auto fucking rifle, gun, whatever, like cocked in her shoulder, and she's ready to go, and she's staring down the sight. She doesn't need the scope because of her face, oh my goodness, because of her fae eyesight. Y'all, if you guys are laughing at me, sweet, because I'm laughing at myself, so please laugh along. It's great. And she basically fires off 3 shots really quickly. And the one buddy of Rune's is like, you didn't even hit the target. And she's like, fuck, I didn't. She put all 3 rounds through the same hole. Now, for any of you people out there that don't know anything about guns or have never shot a gun, it's really fucking hard to shoot back through the hole that you've already shot through. Okay? So I was like, okay, basically I'm going to stay in Bryce's good graces, because there's no way I'm going to be on her bad side with her having that kind of aim. Because your ass is not surviving. She will pick you off, and you won't even know or hear that it was fired until you're already dead. So basically, it's already too late, okay? So I was like, what? So Hunt is like, oh my God. So then all the guys are like, so you gonna do any better? Hunt picks up his gun, and he looks down, finds the hole that Bryce shot through, and shoots through the fucking hole that she already has there. And they're like, fuck, we don't want to mess with either one of you. That's okay. So I thought that was pretty cool. So far, back to Luna's horn and the investigation that we have going on. For my suspects with the horn, I was originally thinking that it was the Autumn King. Just because of his, I don't need to know where it is, but I just feel like he's not pressing that much for it, that maybe he already has it. But then we come to find out that there were some surveillances, some tapes that Rune's tech buddy could get a hold of. And he reran all of the tapes. He scrubbed them all. He helped lighten some of the videos where they were way too dark to even see anything. And they found something. And the person that they found inside the tapes, which was just like a, oh, that's fucked up, but I could totally see it. But am I sure that that's where SJM's going to go? So, second suspect on our list for the horn is Danik's mom, Sabian. And I'm like, would she kill her own daughter? Let's rewind and think about this, okay? Her daughter, pre-drop, was showing signs to be as powerful currently as her mother. Which then entails that when she makes the drop and becomes immortal, she would then be more powerful than her mother. Her mother seems like a very stupid bitch and is all about the power. Because the whole time, other than grieving, and I say that with quotes because was she really grieving? Or was she just putting on an act because she murdered her daughter? But the only thing that she's been concerned with is this fucking sword that Danica had. Because it's some kind of an heirloom or something, which the sword is still at the fucking gallery in the closet. So I'm still waiting for that to, like, pop out somehow. Like, it's still in there with the dirty fucking gym bags and everything? Really? Oh. Those gym bags need to go in the trash. That shit ain't gonna be any good anyway. So I'm just like... So we learn that Sabian was there at the time of the crime. Which, if our main people now know who's hunting for the horn, that Sabian was there, if Sabian is not Danica's killer, is not the person that summoned the demon, then could Sabian be next on the demon's hit list? Yeah. Interesting. So, yeah, these 8 chapters were not very, I'm going to say informative. I only had like 2 things highlighted, which was when Bryce went into the Oracle's building. And it says that the smoke parted and he sucked in a breath. Sphinxes were rare, and only a few dozen walked the earth, and all of them had been called to service of the gods. And no one knew how old they were. And this one before him, she was so beautiful that he forgot what to do with his body. The golden lioness's form moved with fluid grace, prancing the other side of the hole, weaving in and out of the mist. Gold wings lay folded against its slender body, shimmering as if they were crafted from molten metal. And above the winged lion's body, a golden-haired woman's face was as flawless as Shahara's as flawless as Shahar's had been. But he didn't know her name. Her title was simply Oracle. So, again, I couldn't find any fan art to depict her. I think she would probably be really gorgeous. I'll have to try again just to make sure that there isn't anything that I can pop in here. But yes, so he goes to the Oracle. We find out that the horn's not broken and all that stuff. And then, we already know what the Oracle had told Rune. So, Rune was told that his bloodline will end with him. So whether or not he dies, not sure, or if maybe he's just not able to, or will not be able to produce a child. We do know that with Fae heritage, Fae offspring are rare and far in between, so maybe whoever his mate is or whatever happens, he's not going to father a child. So that was interesting there. The other thing was that that it says like Bryce went when she was supposed to go, which was when the female's cycle starts. And basically that it was catastrophic, and when the oracle looked into her smoke, she screamed and clawed at her eyes. There was no point in hiding it. She had heard that she went blind for a week. And Bryce laughs and goes, yeah, apparently my future is that bad. So yeah, so it was... It's crazy. And what else was there? There was another thing too. So besides for Sabian being there, the person, so it says here too that some of the footage was swapped for the temple during the time of the horn's theft, which was clever work because they patched it in so nicely that there wasn't so much as a flicker with the timestamp. However, oh, that's what it was. Sabian wasn't there at the time, so I got that mixed up. I wrote it down wrong. So Sabian was not there when the horn got stolen. Sabian altered the footage of the night that the horn was stolen, which is what it says here. It says that they had patched in audio footage from the temple. However, the guy found the error and said that he already found out who had done it. They looked into who was responsible for heading up the investigation and the video footage that night, and there had only been one. The only one with clearance to do a swap like that was Sabian. So that's why I put that Sabian was a suspect. Not that she was there at the night that the horn was stolen. It was because she is the head of the investigation and was able to swap out detail from the video. So it's your daughter's murderer. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't be your murderer. Why would she care about the horn? I think is where my brain's going. Like, why would Sabian care so much about the horn being stolen and to swap out some footage, unless whoever stole it she knows and is trying to, I don't know, back them up or give them some kind of a cover. And also to that, it's like, if your daughter was there making the rounds, why would you fudge any of the... I don't know. There's so many unanswered questions, see? So I don't really have a theory as into why Sabian would go ahead and fuck with the tapes, other than she knew the person who stole the horn, and either they have something maybe over top of her head that they could blackmail her with, or maybe this person that stole the horn is powerful enough that she plans to blackmail them with. That could be a possibility. So yeah. Not much happened in this. This is going to be a very short video. But so far so good. It is starting to pick up. Like, I feel like the pace is definitely picking up. I'm enjoying the journey, so I will keep this journey up. I don't know if there's going to be another part to this book. I don't think it tells me. Let me see. Does it tell you if there's parts? Like, I don't think books do anymore. No, they don't. There's no sense of chapters or any of that. So what I will say is it will be either the next 5 or 10 chapters. I will come back and visit you all and give you another recap. So we are getting ready to hop into part 3, chapter 38. So, I will see you guys back in 5 or 10 chapters. So, I would love to have comments from anybody that has read this. Again, if there's something that I'm missing that I'm not picking up on, or if you're reading this for the first time and you have your own theories, please leave those down in the comments. I would love to read them. And, you know, if I'm going to jot them down, that would be cool, because then I can keep that up in my mind as I'm reading. But that would be some great interaction. I'm not really sure what to expect out of these books, so we will definitely keep it going and see where this journey is going to take us, but I am definitely loving it so far. I hope you guys are loving this series as well. Again, if you are, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so that you can go ahead and be on call for the next video that's going to go ahead and get posted in the next couple of days or a week or so. I'm trying to read it as slow as possible. So I did read a book in between this. So for any of my adult-only book readers out there that like a little bit of spice or a lot of spice, the book that I just got done reading, it was called Powerless, but it wasn't the one that I've been seeing out there on Instagram that everyone's talking about. This is just a small town romance between a boy and a girl that grew up together, but it was really sweet. It was fantastic. So I read that to help keep me slow. Read another chapter and then hopped on to do this for you guys. So again, I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, like the video, and I will see you guys in a couple more days. And I hope you guys have a great day and a good weekend. Bye.